We're going to look at Jonah chapter 1 verses 7 through 9, and in order to set the context we're going to look at verse 6 first, go through that, and then that will help us to get a running start into verses 7, 8, and 9. So here's verse 6. Vayikrav elav Rav Hahovel. So the master of the sailors, or the captain of the sailors, drew near to him. That means to Jonah. Vayikrav, he drew near to him. Vayomer lo, and he said to him, Ma lecha nirdam. What is it to you sleeping? Or why are you sleeping? Kum, arise. Kara el Elohecha, call to your God. Ulai, perhaps, Yit ashet ha Elohim lanu. Perhaps God, meaning little g God, will be concerned for us, or will pay attention to us. Velo noved, and we will not perish. So that is verse 6, and that leads us now into verse 7. You can see verses 7, 8, and 9 here in the Masoretic text. I'm going to present these in a form where the lines are more spread out, so we'll have some more room to write. So now let's take a look at verse 7 here. And verse 7 reads this way: Vayomru ish el re'ehu laku v'napila goralot v'neda'a b'shelami hara'a hazot lanu Vayapilu goralot vayapol hagoral al Yonah. Okay, so we begin here. Vayomru, clearly a vav consecutive. You've got the patach, you've got the doubled prefix letter here, and the yod prefix and the shurik ending tells us that we have a imperfect third masculine plural. And they said, or perhaps so they said, the vav can sometimes have that meaning. Even now they said. Ish, this is typically man, but in this case it has the idea of each, which is convenient because ish sounds like each. One of those rare instances where the Hebrew actually sounds like the English. And they said, each el re'ehu, and this is Ra'ah. Re'ah would be a neighbor or companion or friend, and so each said to his companion, or we might even say to his mate, sailor mate. This is what they said now. Lechu. This is from our verb halak. Halak acts a lot like a verb that begins with a yod/vav and drops out that first letter in certain cases. Lechu, this is a cal imperative masculine plural. That's what that shurik at the end tells you, of halak. So go. The way that we would interpret that perhaps in English would be come. Let's go do something. So go, meaning let us engage in something. And napila, I've written what this originally looked like. It's from nafal, and this is a pay noon, or a one noon verb. And oftentimes one noon verbs will drop off that first letter. And so what we have here is that the noon dropped out and was indicated by a dagesh forte. It would originally have been here nanfila, the accent there, nanfila, but when the noon is dropped and the pay takes a dagesh forte, it becomes napila. This is a hiphil imperfect first common plural with a cohortative because of the hay at the end. Let us cause to fall, and then goralot, lots, meaning let us cast lots. So they're saying come, literally go, but we would translate that colloquially in English, come, and let us cast lots, coming down here, v'nei da'ah. And so here we have, this is our verb yada. And again, we're seeing a case where the yod drops out. And here we have a kal imperfect first common plural, again a cohortative of yada. And so let us cast lots and let us know, or perhaps we would say it in English, that we may know. And here we see b'shelami, and that is essentially equivalent to ba'asher lami. So occasionally we will see a sheen that is an inseparable grammatical unit that is the equivalent of asher. Not too often, but we do see it occasionally. So we have ba'asher lami, and we can translate this as by whom, perhaps from whom, or on account of whom. Hara'ah hazot, this evil. So we have evil as feminine. Hazot would be an adjective, definite, modifying the definite noun ra'ah. And so we have a feminine singular definite matching feminine singular definite, this evil. And so we say that we may know by whom or from whom is, we supply an is here, which we often do, is this evil. That we may know by whom is this evil, lanu, to us or upon us. Let's go back to what they're saying. Go, or come, let us cast lots, and let us know, or that we may know, by whom is this evil to us, or upon us. And that's the end of that quote. We're going back to the narrative now. Vayapilu, and again, it's another case where the noon gets swallowed up and turns into a dagesh forte. The theme vowel here is a hirik, and actually this is a hifil also, but in this case the normal hirik yod is being written defectively, and so it just happens every once in a while. So we have another hifil here, and it's a vav consecutive imperfect. That's pretty clear by the vav with the patach, the yod doubled, prefix letter is doubled, and the prefix vowel here, the patach, is our clue that we are looking at a hifil. Even though we have the normal hirik yod taken away from us, we can still tell it's a hifil. And they caused to fall, or they cast goralot, they cast lots. Vayapol, now we're back to a kal. The noon does get swallowed up and we see it as a dagesh forte. Notice that the prefix vowel is a hirik, and the theme vowel is a holam. This is our kal form. So we have a kal imperfect vav consecutive, and the yod and no ending tells us it's 3 ms. And hagoral, the lot, fell al Yonah, upon Jonah. So let's read the sentence. And they said, each to his neighbor, or to his companion, come, literally go, and let us cast lots, that we may know, or and let us know, by whom is this evil to us, or upon us. And they cast lots, and the lot fell upon Jonah.